Hi guys, Dave back with BTM Reviews, and today I was going through some old BBC, real BBC episodes, and I saw this one with Eric July, Mauler, Nerdrotic, Heels versus Babyface, and it's about 3 months old, and Eric July is actually going to answer the question that everybody wants to know. But in the beginning here, we're going to hear as blowing smoke up Eric's ass about how excited he is about comics again. So let's listen to this and then we'll get to the question.
Been taking, although we've been fighting like troopers, we're fighting against multi-billion-dollar companies here, dudes in their fucking offices.
So, of course, they're fighting against Disney, Marvel, DC Comics, all that stuff. They're the fighters. They're doing all the hard work to make it better for all of us because, they're our saviors. But did you hear what he said? Multi-billion-dollar companies. So you think they even know these guys exist? They might have heard about an occasional tweet or something, but do you think they really care? If they did, would they have released the Little Mermaid remake? No, they don't give a shit what we think. Our only defense against this stuff is to look at it and decide not to go watch it. But let's continue. I'll get off my rant.
All around the world. And, we've been taking huge L's because we don't, no matter how many times we get called gatekeepers, we don't hold the franchises. You're the ones who are gatekeeping. You're the ones who control what's going on there. So as much as we fight, we do have very limited power to actually affect anything.
Our only power is our pocketbook. That's it. That's our only power. We can scream and cry and bitch about everything, but we have no power. A few select people have power in this world, and everybody knows that. So, we're not fighting. We're just talking about it. And I think that's the best way to handle this stuff is we've talked about good stuff all our lives. We've talked about bad stuff all our lives. And we talked about this stuff with people we may not agree with on a political or religious or whatever level, but at least we could talk about it. And we don't need to be tribal about this shit. And that's just the path I felt I was falling into listening to Gary, Yellow Flash, the Quartering. You just fall into these tribes, and it's not good for anybody. So let's keep going here.
So to really feel that energy, it's fantastic, and to obviously have it revolve around somebody who we know, somebody who had a conversation with that guy on a stream one day and just said.
So, do you think that these two guys on the top would give a shit about the Ripiverse if it wasn't Eric July? He just said it. To have it revolve around somebody we know. Huh. There's a lot of other artists, and some of you guys watch my videos, and you guys do stellar work. I see it all the time. And it's amazing that these fucking faggots don't even say a word about it. They can't. Only time that Az talks about anybody is Graham Nolan, because Graham Nolan is a stud. And he loves Chuck Dixon because he is a DC guy. But man, it's really funny how Chuck Dixon agreed to come on his show and he agreed to write this guy's book. I'm just saying.
Should I do my own thing? Yeah, do your own thing.
Was that a hard decision for Eric to do his own thing? Hey, if you're an indie creator and you have an idea and you want to take a chance, and if you make $10,000 on your first book, aren't you happy? I didn't start a YouTube channel ever looking to make money. I did it to talk about the bullshit I'm watching after watching a lot of bullshit on YouTube. That's all I do it for. There's no money in this for me. But there's a ton of money in it for all of these people on the screen right now. All four of these guys have huge channels. They support each other to support this product. So was it really a hard decision for Gary to tell Ripa, yeah, hey, Eric, go ahead and do your own thing? Why not? Why wouldn't he? If he would have made $500,000 on ISOM 1, it still would have been a great campaign. Am I wrong? It would have been a great campaign. But it made a hell of a lot more because of all of the interconnectivity of all of these groups. And we all know that. We're not idiots. Look at that fat face. I hope Britain is so proud of this guy. He is the best that Britain has to offer. My God, look at that. I hope Britain is so proud of this fat guy that played video games on YouTube for 10 years before he decided to get on a diet. And now he's posting pictures of himself at the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning. Dude, just do your shit. We don't need to know about it.
Hello, this is where we are today. And it's not as if that was what, 2 and a bit years ago. It's not as if it was to put, what you've done, your money where your mouth is, not just start a campaign, but get it done. Have the books done.
Any of you indie creators that watch this, please leave a comment that you got a book done or you got your project done, whatever it is, a book, a movie, whatever indie stuff you're making. Did you get it done? Just answer the question. Leave a comment. I'll be glad to hear.
ISOM 1, ISOM 2. But I do have a very important question for you, Eric.
Here it comes, guys. Here comes the question that Eric July is finally going to answer.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of ISOM?
Look at that response. It's so funny, right? It's a serious question, but it's so funny that he's going to laugh so fake. He's going to bend over under the table. Now I want you to look at Gary here. Does Gary look comfortable to you? Does Gary look like he likes this conversation? Mauler is, he's making a chicken pot pie in the kitchen. He don't give a shit about comics. He wants to talk about movies. But he's on the show because he's a popular guy. And I like Mauler a lot. I love his breakdowns of movies, positive or negative. I think he comes from the right place. Gary does not look like this. And this was 3 months ago, guys. And a lot's happened since then. You tell me how happy he looks.
Oh man, it's the part that made these guys so fucking angry. No, seriously.
The part he likes about ISOM is the part that made these guys angry. Are these guys us? The people that bought it and just thought it was meh? And we stated that and everybody got angry because we said it was meh? Is that really what he's saying? The part that made these guys... That was his first response. The part that made these guys angry, and he's trying to blow it off with a giggle, but that's what he fucking thinks. So fuck you, Eric July. You'll never get a dime from me again.
I'm actually considering, and maybe we'll poll the chat here. We're actually considering coming up with a merch line centered around that.
Yeah, of course. Because it was a serious question. What was your favorite part of the book? Nobody could answer it. Nobody's answered that question. And the creator, his first response was the part that made you angry. We'll keep going.
I think that's a great idea.
That's it.
Gary thinks it's a great idea because Gary knows how to make money. Gary owned a comic book store. Gary has a huge YouTube channel. Gary makes t-shirts like Make Marvel Mail Again that sold. So he understands that that's a great idea. But it's a better idea when you got people like Gary and Az and geeks and gamers that will all promote those t-shirts. But Gary had the right answer. It's a great idea because all of this guy's followers, they'll buy into it.
It says exactly that. But no, seriously, man, like ISOM was such
Here's a serious answer. Here we go.
I love how Jen and Sylvia they word it like it's like in the wrestling terms, right? Where he's putting like characters over, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he didn't have his own answer, but the Saska sisters told Eric what ISOM did. Like wrestling characters, pushing people over, whatever the fuck that means. But Az is going to say, yeah.
And that's been the coolest thing about the books, because we finally, with the release of Alpha Core, get to see that come into fruition, right? So, like with the introduction of Alpha Core, that's why we had the first appearance pack, because you can get ISOM 1 where they first appeared with the conflict with Yaira. And to me, it's awesome to finally see that. That's what made Alpha Core so special to us, because it's the first non-ISOM book, right?
What the fuck does that have to do with what's your favorite part of ISOM? I want to know what you liked the most about ISOM, not about your fucking universe. What did you like the most about ISOM? Let's get to the answer. Come on, let's go.
But they were introduced in that book. Same with Yaira, introduced in that book, and actually during the same kind of conflict there. So to see like it lead into other things has been a cool part about like the experience of really what's going down with the Riververse. But as a writer, like that's what it's about. Like I don't ever know which characters are going to like be a hit. Like it's hard.
Okay. Look at Gary. He looks like, what are you talking about, dude? What's your favorite part of ISOM? He is so stoic here. He's just like, dude, I'm a comic book guy. This is a terrible response. What's your favorite part of ISOM? He will never admit this because he's a smart man and he's in that same age range as me. So he's going to play it cool. But he's thinking the exact same thing. Dude, Az asked you a direct question, chuckling, because it's supposed to be a joke, but it's not a joke to the people who actually give a shit about the answer. People actually do. But nobody answers. But now it is turning into this universe bullshit, but you never told us what's good about ISOM. ISOM's not the Ripiverse. ISOM's a specific character in 2 books. Alpha Core, Yaira, all that shit is part of that universe. But I want to know what you like about ISOM. That's what I want to know. That's what Az asked, but he doesn't press, right?
I can have an idea. I can absolutely have an idea. But we knew Yaira was a hit immediately just because her post, this poster right here back behind me, outsold ISOM's poster.
Because it's a fucking hot chick, dude. That makes it a hit. You got a bunch of horny dudes that can't get a girlfriend or a wife, and they're going to suck into the hot chick thing. Hot chicks sell. I mean, ask Yellow Flash about Stellar Blade. He's making a video every 45 fucking minutes about it. But yeah, no shit, her poster sold better than ISOM.
During his campaign, right? So it was like, okay, well, there's some intrigue and there's some interest there. Obviously, we got the work. We got Jen and Sylvia on it. They're going to do.
Okay. What's the best part about ISOM? I hate to pause, guys, but he never answers the question.
They've done a great job.
Or he hasn't answered the question yet. I'm sorry. Let me not get ahead of myself.
Story's already done. We're actually in the process of editing it so we can get it printed. But
now this was 3 months ago. The story's already done. They're in the process of editing it, and it was supposed to be out by now. Does Eric have a late book? Is Eric on YouTube every fucking day making videos, but he's telling other creators all the time, if your books are late, don't make videos, stay off YouTube? Maybe I should have put that in my hypocrite video yesterday. But those two were being hypocrites together, so it didn't really line up. But this does. Fucking hypocrite.
To see that, coming to fruition like that, that's awesome. But then you have what I saw. Shout out.
Look at this cuck. He goes off screen and comes back on with the Irish shirt. And look at his fat ass lay back to display how proud he is to support his homie. That's so gay. And look at Gary. He's just like, oh my God, what are we doing? He doesn't even laugh. He doesn't do anything. He's just sitting here saying, oh my God. Oh, I just met this dude in England, and now we're back. And since I've come back from England, he's turned into something that I don't know who he is anymore. He's not that fat, lovable teddy bear that people liked. Now he's just a less fat teddy bear that people are turning on. And I get comments in my own videos talking about how, yeah, he's a joke in England too. Or the UK. So, whatever, dude. Gary's just sitting here. He's got a smirk. That's not a smile.
With the ISOM too, right? And you have like the introduction of Blood Rule. But, we didn't do, for example, any merchandise surrounding Gooding. But he was a fan favorite, right? He was a fan favorite in what happened with ISOM, and then what happened with ISOM too. So we got Mike Barron's going to be writing that story. So it's cool. That's the cool part about this whole thing and the universe for ground level, and to see the enthusiasm. I want to piggyback on that point. It is that as just made, to see enthusiasm around comics is what's awesome. This is what's awesome.
Never answers the question, what's your favorite part about ISOM?
Awesome about this whole experience. We get into it as well, despite us being the creatives of it all, to see people just genuinely stoked for any given.
All right. Now comes the bullshit part. But my whole point is, what's Eric's favorite part about ISOM? Please leave a comment if you think he answered the question, and I will respond. But you got to be honest. It can't be about the universe. It's got to be about ISOM. What's your favorite part about ISOM? And he brought up how two Saska sister twins explained his own universe to him about wrestling and throwing people over the ropes, whatever that means. Guys, please like and subscribe. I've had, really great response. A lot of you guys have subscribed. It's fantastic. I thank you for all of it. And I'll keep trying to make videos as much as I can. It's hard. YouTube's hard, guys. And I've only been doing this a little tiny bitty while. I don't know how guys do this every day. Oh yeah, your yellow flash and rank, and now you can just repeat the same shit 3 times a day over and over, and then you get 40,000 views because people just click because, hey, why not? I don't have that luxury. I hope you actually watch this. I get a lot of comments. I get a lot of likes, and I appreciate all of it. Again, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And I'm Dave with BTM Reviews, and have a great night. Thank you.